It's definitely not every day that everybody on the internet is talking about independent professional wrestling. But today, everybody on the internet is talking about independent professional wrestling, and it's for all the wrong reasons. There's an independent wrestling promotion over there in California called Knox Professional Wrestling, and they had a little bit of an event over the weekend, and there was a guy in attendance. He's a son of a former UFC fighter. This guy's name is Raja Jackson, and he is the son of Rampage Jackson. And if you've been on Twitter, if you're paying attention to the drama cycle or paying attention to the wrestling news cycle, there's a 100% chance that you've seen clips of this Raja Jackson thing going on. It is absolutely insanely infuriating. And there's like a reason why there's like a code of conduct when you're in the locker room of professional wrestling. There are just some people that should never ever be back there. And that is a long known thing. Professional wrestlers have this thing called protecting the business, and it's taken more seriously than just about anything else in their lives. I'm sorry if I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm a little bit pissed off. Professional wrestling is among the things that I am the most passionate about, and to see it get like totally bastardized like this and have a beautiful performer be destroyed because of it legitimately in the middle of the ring, well, yeah, it is very infuriating. We shouldn't have influencers, nepo babies, being allowed to be in the backstage of wrestling events, let alone in the front row of them, let alone being able to take a receipt live. You don't know who these people are. What is going on over there in Knox Professional Wrestling? I don't want to fault them whatsoever. I'm sorry I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to go all the way back. I'm going to try to reel it in, and we're just going to start from the beginning, and we're going to tell this fucking story. So where does this even start? We got Rampage Jackson, okay? He was a fighter back in the day, big time UFC guy, had a stint in TNA. Everybody was like, oh, this is a really intimidating guy. Oh my God, Rampage Jackson, oh, he can really beat people up. He was one of those kinds of dudes. Anyway, he has a son. This son's name is Raja Jackson. This guy's a real tough man. Not an insecure man, baby. Not at all. No way, no shape or form. This guy's big and tough. He wants to do real fighting. Anyway, he fails at that. And you know what he does after that? He becomes a live streamer. And not just a live streamer where you're like playing games, not just like a just chatting live streamer, a worse streamer than all of that. You know, we're talking about IRL streaming. The most toxic idiots in the world are out there IRL streaming, right? So he's just gonna be among them. But is he doing it on Twitch? Of course not. You can't be ultimately edgy on Twitch. If you wanna really push the boundaries, you gotta be on Kick. So yeah, this is another drama video about Kick.com, all within the run of 1 week. Last week, Kick.com had that whole French streamer incident, which I don't really want to get into right now. But now we're talking about the Raja Jackson incident, and everybody's talking about this. I haven't seen the Venn diagram of drama news cycle and wrestling news cycle overlap like this, I think, ever. And it's for all the wrong reasons, but at least professional wrestling is being spoken about. But as we go through this, we're going to be shifting our empathy from professional wrestling towards a very specific human being that I wish nothing but the best for, okay? But we're not quite there yet in the story. So now, you know who this guy is. He has an IRL stream, and here are some IRL stream clips. And a lot of people discussing this drama are failing to talk about the really specific professional wrestling elements that are going on here. So I'm gonna try my best to tell you guys what's actually going on, kind of play-by-play style, because there is some sort of carny activity going on here that I'm deeply familiar with. But there's even more carny activity that I'm not familiar with because, like I said, they are very protective of their secrets. They're very protective of their life than professional wrestlers. But what you see here is basically the locker room of an independent event. Yeah, they're outside, but these are all wrestlers just gathered around in like the backstage area. The dude in the white and red ringer shirt over here is the guy I'm talking about, the son of Rampage Jackson, and he's backstage at a wrestling event. When you're backstage at a wrestling event, all the other wrestlers, if they see you, they kind of know, okay, this person's back here with someone, they have a pass, somehow they're here, and I'm not gonna question that, but because they're there, they have to be smartened up to the rules of a professional wrestling locker room. So in the moments just before this clip happens, the dude in white, Raja Jackson, is He's talking to a bunch of wrestlers over here. The one here with the black tank top or whatever. Anyway, now we're gonna meet the main character of the story. His name is Psycho Stu, and he is this lovely gentleman in the middle of the screen with the big beard and the bald head and the big belly sticking out. This guy is a beautiful stallion beast of a human being. Now what we're gonna see here is a worker, a wrestler, seeing another presumably wrestler working because there's a camera involved. Wrestlers are trained to be in character when there's a camera involved, especially around a wrestling ring. They have to be working if there's a camera. Normally in a backstage environment, they're very relaxed. They're not gonna be working. But if they see a guy, especially boisterous, with a lot of charisma, acting kind of up for a camera, they are gonna figure that you're working and shooting an angle that's gonna air later on. They're doing what they call a pre-tape or whatever. These would all be assumptions being made when you just see a wrestler with another dude and a camera and a lot of activity going on. You just think, these wrestlers are doing a pre-tape. I'm not saying that's exactly what was going on here, but either way, Psycho Stu comes in working. He doesn't start at a 10. He just basically asks, hey, do you even know who I am? Just a worker working at a wrestling event. Anyway, let's kick it.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little.
Oh, you gonna sell it?
And right
He's
there,
not a fucking worker, bro.
and right there, he hits him with a can. I'm not 100% sure if it was gimmicked, but it looks like it was gimmicked to like do like a little explosion type thing. And then you hear Psycho Sid being like, oh man, he's not selling it. Why isn't he selling it? And then a dude behind him's like, oh, the guy's not a worker. He's not working. So when a worker goes to another worker and you don't get the desired like effect from a worker when you're working with another worker, red flags start to go up. You're like, oh my God, what's going on here? And then Roger Jackson gets all like big and mighty, starts to puff up his chest. I don't play like that. I don't play like that. What do you mean? It's just like a silly thing. They're just like working an angle. It's just a bunch of wrestlers being wrestlers. What, did you expect that you were gonna go to a wrestling event and wrestlers weren't gonna act like wrestlers? Wrestling stuff was gonna happen. I have no idea why Raj is like so offended here. If something is going on wrestling wise, make it into something. You have a camera rolling, but nah, he don't play like that. Anyway, continue. We're just getting started.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
And then everybody around now is like, you're good, trying to like de-escalate the situation, try to calm everybody down. You see everybody's still smiling, like, don't worry, man. We're just trying to work. We're just doing a thing. We're expecting to like meet each other halfway here. You know we're wrestlers, right? We're just doing the wrestling thing. I'm sorry, we're all good. And then you see Psycho Stu do a wrestler thing. Now this is one of those secrets that they don't really want you knowing about, but since the whole Unreal documentary series came out, you see this secret all the time. Wrestlers, when they're talking to each other about this kind of stuff, when they're talking about the planned spots, or when they're talking about like emotional stuff, when they want to let another wrestler know that, hey, we don't have any aggression here, I'm just talking to you, they do, I don't know what it's called, it must have a name, but they cup each other by the neck and grab each other by the shoulder and go forehead to forehead. And it's basically to let the other guy know, hey, let's disarm right now. I'm chilling, you're chilling. I'm not actually in a fighting mode right now. And it looks like they're about to kiss. It's like a reason why you don't want cameras back there, because there's a lot of things that these dudes do that don't really look super manly, but you kind of need to have this brotherhood. There's a brotherhood going on back there where they need to get close to one another, and they need to go, listen buddy, I didn't really mean anything by that. You know I'm just working. I didn't mean to push you around like that. I'm sure you know what I mean. And the other guy goes, yeah, I know what you mean, but when I like kicked you in the dick, did I actually catch your testicle there? I'm really sorry about that. I didn't really mean to catch you in the testicle. It was just supposed to be in the inner thigh, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of thing. So it's just a worker doing a thing that a worker is trained to do with a guy that is not a worker. This guy does not respond to this stuff whatsoever, not even by a long shot. All right, now it's time to see how Mr. Jackson responds to having his neck and shoulder cupped like this, very gently by a very handsome beast.
You don't sell it?
Oh no, didn't receive it very well at
What the
all.
fuck was that? Hold on.
Pushed him away. What the fuck was that? Absolutely insane. Like everybody's just trying to de-escalate this. Hey, I'm not actually a violent person. That wasn't an actual attack. I'm just working right now. Let me grab you by the head. Let me grab you by the shoulder and whisper sweet nothings in your ear. How am I supposed to tell you that I'm working if I can't whisper sweet nothings? It's insane. And these are just all the little professional wrestling rules that are being broken that I'm deeply offended by, because I love professional wrestling. I love all the secrets. I'm kind of weirded out that a lot of them are out here and that I'm kind of talking about the whole cupping each other's neck and crying into each other's ears kind of thing. But it's out there now on Netflix, so I can talk about it in a way where it exists in real life. And that's what that was. But anyway, Raja not having it. I guess he didn't see Unreal.
I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit. I'm gonna fuck you up. So that is the first sign of him kind of premeditating this actuality of him fucking him up. He didn't like being hit with the beer can. He didn't like being cupped and groped like that so tenderly, you know? He's getting riled up.
Good.
I will fuck him up, bro. I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that.
Nah, I will fuck him up,
I
bro.
know you will.
So yeah, he just kept on going. I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna fuck him up. They left out a part. There's a very pivotal part that was left out there. All right, I found the missing part. This is not the greatest clip coming to us from Ringside News, but this is the apology that happened right after, where everybody said that they were good with one another.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I thought you were
I get it.
Yeah, see, there he says it. I thought you were a worker. I saw the camera, and everybody seems to be cordial here. Yeah, okay, I'm on your page now. Okay, fine. Yeah, you were working. I was working. Everything was fine.
We're not working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat, Juice. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Now you
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Oz? We're always working.
So yeah, it says, all right, he's gonna come in on your match. He's gonna get his receipt, and that seemed to be it. In wrestling, there is a thing called a receipt. If you punch somebody for real, and you weren't supposed to punch them for real, if you potato them, it's called, they're gonna give you a receipt. They're gonna punch you back. It's a 1-for-1 kind of thing. So he got hit with the can. All right, I'll give you your receipt, bud, but let's make some money with it. Give me the receipt out there in front of the people, and let's just do some professional wrestling stuff. And if you were working with somebody that had any sort of sense, they'd be like, all right, I'll get my one receipt. I'll hit them for real once. You know, maybe square across the jaw one good time, get a receipt, and kind of pose to the crowd as professional wrestling. That is not exactly what happened, people. And here's a stream clip from the same stream with a wrestler telling him to get a receipt.
You run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. Remember what a receipt is. Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag his shit, bro.
You know that, and that's just professional wrestling stuff. I don't know if this professional wrestler, whoever the hell this is, should have been telling a influencer, the son of Rampage Jackson, to lay it in, brother. You know? I don't think that should have been what happened, okay? I don't think there should have been a leeway for a receipt. Cause you give this guy an inch, my God, this guy was gonna take a yard, bro. All right, and here's footage of Raja Jackson telling his chat what he's about to do. This isn't an in the heat of the moment thing. They've already apologized. They've already moved on. They planned a spot, okay? And he's about to tell his chat that what he's about to do is not scripted, that he's gonna hit him as many times as he possibly can for real. He's telling his chat right now in this clip that I'm about to tell you that what he's about to do is premeditated. He's thinking this through. Roll it.
told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pull me off of him will leave. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit him as many times as I can. Watch. No, they didn't tell me to fake hit him. They said I could hit him for real. Yeah, they allowed me to hit him for real.
See, he's like, oh, they allowed me to hit him for real. They allowed me to hit him for real. Well, you're kind of misleading the audience there. They allowed you to like get a receipt, and not even they allowed you. Just some wrestler backstage was like, hey, you should probably get a receipt. You didn't like that beer can thing, right? You should get your receipt, kid. That's what happened. They didn't like plan for it to be that way. I saw the clip. He was just like, yeah, you should go out there and get your receipt. He's like, yeah, bet.
If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to.
Yeah, he's just trying to act tough, trying to puff out his chest. Just go out there and do some professional wrestling stuff. Why do you gotta act like this big macho tough guy to your chat? That's not what's going on. Or yeah, act like this. That would be great to act like that if what you did next was like not insane. But what actually happened is this guy's about to jump into this ring and attempt to murder a man. I'm not gonna be able to show you the clip in its entirety. I'll show you up until a certain point when there's like wrestling going on. but it gets to a point where it gets really, really bad. But roll it, I guess. Big double leg takedown. Even right there, you're like, okay, you might have slammed him a little bit too hard. I'm gonna have to like keep this paused here right now, because what's about to follow is, I don't know, it's a snuff film. This guy ends up mounting Psycho Stu and punching him for realsies as many times as he can in the face. And it's like a good 15 times. It goes on an uncomfortable amount of time. I don't know why people didn't step in and pull him off earlier. It was disgusting what was going on. It would have been clear to anybody who's a fan of pro wrestling, anybody who is a pro wrestler, that the guy doing the punching out here is not working. He's out here trying to hurt somebody, and hurt somebody he did. Psycho Stu was fucking hospitalized after this. They're saying he's stable for now, but there's gonna be medical updates to come. What this guy did to Psycho Stu is beyond savage. We've seen fans jump into the ring, and we've seen celebrities jump into the ring, and they're always handled in really specific, certain ways. It never goes this far. You're never supposed to let a civilian backstage, especially one that is going to be like full of testosterone and machismo and try to get one up on everybody. This guy is the son of Rampage Jackson. He thinks he's above all of you, so you hit him with a can. In his mind, you made him look like a bitch to his chat. That's all the ammunition this guy needs to then charge the ring and brutally brutalize somebody. It is literally vicious. It is the most vicious thing I've seen on the internet in quite some time. There is a reason why everybody is talking about this. People are like, what is going on Kick? What is going on in the California independent wrestling scene? It is savage. It is brutal. It is absolutely maniacal. And at the end of the vicious attack, Psycho Sid is just left completely battered, bruised, unconscious, I might add, just laying there. Absolutely not a work, absolutely not professional wrestling, and more importantly, not what they agreed to before they went out. Even if he went out there to get his receipt, this is not what you do, okay? You might like hit him with an elbow, you might lay it in just a little bit too hard, you know, be a little bit more snug than you would have been, that kind of thing. You don't mount and pound a guy till he's almost dead. And the internet's going pretty crazy right now, being like, this is attempted murder. This guy was planning to cave this guy's face in. But then there's a huge section on twitter.com that is just making this a race thing, and that is just insane. This emotionally disturbed human being infiltrated the professional wrestling space and left a man for dead. That's not chill no matter who you are. And there was a reason why some of these clippers out here that are leaving out that apology part. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of misinformation going on out there. Just look at some of these tweets, man. It's ridiculous. I can't even read it out loud. The language that people are using to describe this event. Then Rampage Jackson took to Twitter. We didn't get an apology from the guy. We got an apology from the fucking guy's dad. What? What is going on over here, Rampage Jackson? He goes on to say, I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I've been confirmed that the wrestler Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu, is awake and stable. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. None of that is true. What are you doing? You're trying to spin it right away. A receipt is a one-for-one thing. Payback makes it seem like it's alright if you go out there trying to take this guy's life for a beer can smash. What? I thought it was part of the show. Oh, you thought it was part of the show, did you, Rampage Jackson? There's absolutely no way, if you watched that clip, that you thought it was part of the show. What kind of like cover are you trying to run for your goddamn son out here? This is pathetic. This is egregious. What the fuck is going on? The statement continues. It was bad judgment and a work that went wrong. How are you saying that? He was telling his chat literally seconds beforehand that he's gonna hit him as many times as he can. That was the language he used. I'm gonna hit him as many times as they can before they pull me off. And he just kept fucking going. He was like, oh, they're gonna let me kill him. I'm gonna kill him in the ring. That's gonna be great. The statement continues. Rampage Jackson, I fucking can't believe you kept talking, but you did. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. Why are you coping? Why are you running this defense for your son? Oh my God, he had a head injury. Why did you guys let him backstage at a wrestling ring? Don't you know that he has a concussion? What do you know about CTE? It's your fault, actually, Knox Professional Wrestling, is what this guy's saying between the lines. This is insane. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. Oh, buddy. Holy fuck, who the hell are you? How did you come out with this statement? Why didn't you run this by like PR first? Don't you know how bad of an idea this is? Holy fuck. I can't even believe what I'm reading, folks. This is insane. Well, it continues. We're not done. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened. But my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for the situation. Huh? What? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not the only one saying, huh, what, Jesus fucking Christ. Twitter itself is like, I gotta slap that with the community note real quick. And it says, the incident prior to the wrestling match in the ring occurred hours beforehand. Rampage insinuates the two events occurred closely in time, as if his son's actions were an immediate response to something, which is false. Raj's actions were premeditated, not heat of passion. Yup, very well said, Twitter. And then the stream kept going. I'm not gonna show any more clips from the stream, but I watched a big chunk of it, and there's like a bunch of time afterwards, and he's just like huffing and puffing and sweating and taking calls and being bloody and just like, I'm a big tough man. That's the whole thing. That's the video, that's the stream. And it's ridiculous, and it's bad, and it's egregious, and now it's evidence, okay? I don't know how else you could take this. It's like, oh, it was a work gone wrong. Oh, really? But I guess if you're gonna try to argue that, you're like, hey, it was a planned spot. I was planning to go in. I'm not a worker. Oopsie doopsie. I accidentally hit him a bunch. What the fuck, man? What is going on? And just so everybody knows, this is the guy right here that was left for dead by that vicious maniac.
Pro in 2009. I had just got out of the military, probably about 6 months earlier. I got out of the military, I joined Knox Pro, because I needed something to focus on. I needed something to help me adjust back into civilian life. A lot of veterans, it's hard for them to readjust into civilian life coming from the life of the military. I'm an American soldier that suffers from PTSD. Being in front of a crowd, it doesn't give me as much anxiety and aggression as I thought it would.
The dude is an American hero, okay? He's out here suffering from PTSD, being like, I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm gonna go out there and be a professional wrestler because I need something in my life. And he's doing it, and I'm fucking stoked. But then, Raja Rampage comes along. I hate this situation so much. I feel so bad for Psycho Stu. The dude was just being a little worker out there trying to make something the most out of the moment, and then this is what he has to deal with. It's absolutely fucking crazy. I hope that he makes it through the night. God damn. I'll be thinking of that dude. I'll be thinking of that dude's family. And if going through war and having PTSD wasn't enough, now there's this on top of it. And now he can't even go to the place that he'd love to go to escape the PTSD that he deals with in his real life. Now there's potentially PTSD here as well. You gotta hold those gates tight for these people. And it makes me appreciate Logan Paul a whole hell of a lot, because it's like, all right, if you're gonna let these influencer types into the professional wrestling business, they gotta start acting like professional wrestlers. And Logan Paul, to his credit, kind of does all that. Insane story. Check out Knox Professional Wrestling. Keep independent professional wrestling on your radar. It's worth it. It's a good time. It's a good night out. Do a little Google search. Find out what independent wrestling is near you. There's a lot of really good workers locally that a lot of people do not know about. If you're in Ontario or Quebec, these are places that I know. There are tons of places to go watch pro wrestling. And I'm going to take this opportunity to shout out Greektown Pro Wrestling, Super Kick, and Smash. Okay, thank you so much. Goodbye. See you later. Have a good one.